In this video, I'm gonna give you 2 tips to improve your sketches immediately. The main goal here is to be more relaxed rather than sketching stiff or more perfectionist way. I see that many beginners struggle with that. Let's jump into paper and I'm gonna show you what I mean. I see many beginners start sketching like, for example, I'm gonna make a side view sketch, so I need a ground line, so it will start from here and end in this point. And many of beginners sketch like, okay, it has to be straight and it has to finish here. By the way, it's quite good straight line, but that's not my point. As you realize, I was stiff because I didn't want to overdo here and here. So I wanted to make it perfectly there. And then maybe the wheels, the same thing, like warming up and then, okay, I want to make the perfect wheel here. Oh, it's not the best. I just made a mistake and then, oops, it's even more mistake now. Okay, let's go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, the proportions, and then, oh, I want to make this other wheel. What I was already stressed because I made a mistake here, but okay, it has to finish right there. So, and then the silhouette, for example, it will be, let's say, a coupe. And I want to have like a rear muscle. I want it to be like that. And then the character line here going up and creating the second muscle. Maybe the silhouette of the back is like this and top of the car will go, oh, I made a mistake, but okay. It needed to end here, so I can start from this point and continue to the nose of the car and make continuing here, but not even going through the wheel because it would be wrong. And then I'm doing the wheelhouse also on the back. I don't know if you already realize what I'm trying to say, but when you are stiff and when you want your lines to start from one point and end on the other one, even it looks very robotic. Everything looks like the same thickness and the same darkness in the sketch already. And I understand as a beginner, you don't have the confidence yet. That's why it happens. That's why you try to be correct and try to be perfect, but it limits a lot your ideation. And also it makes the sketch look like a beginner's, looks like stressed sketch. I can read the stress and the perfectionist approach in this sketch. So we want to get more loose. What I mean is if I was sketching the same, it would be like, you see, I'm already warming up my hand. Like I'm not trying to do one line. I did multiple of them. It's okay. And then for the wheels also, I'm doing like a bit lighter and then a bit harder version, a bit darker version. Here also a bit lighter I'm starting and then hitting the hard version. So this already looks, the lines look already more relaxed. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And of course it comes by time as well. Like I don't like the length here, so I'm just making it longer here. I can make it longer there as well. And this way the sketch already has a variety of the darkness, variety of the thickness. This is a good thing. And also it looks more artistic and more relaxed. So it's more enjoyable to see this type of sketch. But of course this comes by time. I've been sketching for a long time and I'm used to it. It's like a second nature for me. So it's very easy to just take the pen and then I can say, here's the rear muscle, here's the front one, and then I can add the silhouette. I did it very light so I can make it thicker to correct my sketch. What my point was, this is very easy when you put the time and practice, obviously. But this is not the tip that I want to give you, because you should already know that, right? When you spend more time on something, when you do more and more practice, it becomes your second nature. So we know that. That's not the tip in this video. However, even if we know that it will take time and you will get there, we want to speed up this process because you actually can. So the tip number 1 would be change the pen or pencil you use to make you avoid focusing on the details. Here, for example, I can now start, like if I was a beginner, I would start, okay, the door will be like here, and then it will go around, and then this shape. So I focus already on the door shaft line. Or I would say, okay, the front light maybe should be like this, and then the air intake. Or here I can put, let's say if it was a Maserati, I could be like, okay, here I want to put 3 air outlets, triangular, and then I would think about the highlight catcher can be following the door line here, and something like this. And then I could even start the maybe rims, I could be like, okay, this will be the center, it will be 3 spokes, like 3 lines on each spoke and blah, 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 blah. So I'm already thinking about a lot of details here, right? I see this on many beginner sketches, but as a designer sketch, you don't need to focus on these details at least at the beginning. Of course, eventually you need to think about the details, but the priority on first sketches, first ideation should be the silhouette and the proportions, and then the surface and then details. So it's like step by step from big picture to smaller picture. But as a beginner, our goal is to get relaxed first. That's why I'm saying, like, not with this pen, because this pen I can go into details. What if I'm using something thicker? It can be like a marker. It has a thicker ending, so I cannot even draw these little triangles with this one. So it already makes me avoid the details. Or here I have like a felt tipped pen, or even I have like the whiteboard pen. Even this might be useful. So whatever you have around, it doesn't matter exactly which tool you use, but something thicker would be more helpful. Let's say I'm gonna make another one here. If it was still the same coupe type of car, I would do like, okay, now this is the floor, the ground line. It's already messy. For the wheels, maybe, okay, we can still try to make some sort of circle. I can even paint inside. So I'm focusing on the graphics, focusing on the overall silhouette of the car. Like if it's a coupe, this will be like a coupe form of the coupe silhouette of the roof line. But as you see the inside, it's already messed up. It's not correct, it's thick, I don't even know what's happening. Like here, I made a mistake, it's unavoidable. The goal is not trying to make here with the thin part of it a perfect line. I think you got the idea. So then I can put like, this is the hood, this is maybe the rear muzzle that I was thinking about on both sketches. And then I can close the back and the front. And now maybe I can put like a surfacing, like it will be this type of surfaces. And already this is way loose, way careless sketch, obviously. I'm not saying it looks better or anything, but this is a great practice. Like filling up pages with this will let you be more loose, because you will know that it will anyway not be perfect. So why to be that much like stiff myself? I can be more relaxed. And later, if you want to develop this sketch further, you can take your pen and you can correct some elements. You can add more details, because now you warmed up, you are more relaxed. You can also use the pen to be more relaxed, because the base sketch is already like not perfect and there are mistakes, so you wouldn't make it worse. Like I can work on top of it. I mean, of course, again, it comes by time as well. Like these lines I'm putting now are relaxed because of I am more relaxed overall, because of I'm confident. And this one is better than this one. Now I can put these details if I want. And another thing would be definitely when you make a mistake, finish that sketch somehow. Like what I mean by finish is if you don't like this little detail here, don't stop on that moment. Like still continue to put other details for the sake of practice, and then sketch again, sketch again, sketch again, and again and again. So this putting a lot of volume of sketch will be more helpful than trying to make one sketch perfect. So you can make 20 bad sketches, but eventually you will get better and you will learn more compared to making one perfect and stiff sketch. This is also like a small mid tip, let's say, because the first tip is taking something thick, can be a marker or another pen, and sketch with it. So the second tip for this video, and actually before I tell you the second tip, I want to tell you this. I was planning to make this month the updated version of my sketching course, but I was over optimistic that I would be able to record and edit and finalize everything. I would have done it, but it wouldn't be the quality that I want for this updated version of the course, because the first version is recorded 5 years ago and I want to make it better, obviously. So I need a bit more time, and now it will be kind of holiday season, some family trips. So I decided to not push and rush to finish it. I'm talking for my existing students, because if you are a beginner and if you want to learn how to sketch, you can still get my course right now today and start learning, because even if it's 5 years old, it is still up-to-date knowledge inside. I just want to make it fresher and add more material. And if you get the course, by the way, now, all the updates in the future are included. So the new deadline, the new plan for the update is January 2026, next month. And I wanted to make this video to show you like at least adding some more tips while waiting for the update of the course. All right, back to the video. Tip number 2 is actually quite similar reason. Our goal was to not focus on the details, right? So one way is to make the pen or the pencil, the tool, thicker. The second one would be making the paper smaller. So when you have a big paper and using a thin pen, you can really get into details, and it might be frustrating because it's like a huge paper in front of you and you have very thin material to fill it up. This might be also a reason to stress. But if you are sketching small, and you can even see it on my sketchbook, like many sketches are, I'm holding the sketchbook vertical. If I hold it like horizontal, I would make a bigger sketch, one sketch. I do it sometimes, but when it's like vertical, I can do many smaller sketches. Like these ones here, or these ones, or here, yeah, that was actually another example I was practicing for the course to, like this is not in the course directly, but I was thinking about those ideas. So here I used, for example, the felt tip pen as a first sketch, and then fill up inside of the sketches. But you can see they are small, because when the sketch is smaller and the media you use is thicker, it gets even more creative and also more relaxed. Because the same reason, you know that it will be anyway mistaken. Let's use this felt tip pen. So I can again focus on the silhouette of the car. I can put the ground line. No, it's dry. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it's even better. I can just put my spokes here. Already these are relaxed. It's because of, again, me, that I'm not a beginner. But for you, you can also practice that. Like, don't try to make 6 perfect spokes here. Try to get loose, you know? Like, I put 6 of them here. Okay, this is totally dry, so it will not work. I can use maybe this whiteboard pen. So I put 6 spokes, ground line. Maybe the proportions are already wrong because it's too close to each other, but it's okay, who cares? Let's try to make the coupe roof line, and then the front muscle, the rear muscle, shoulder, then this completing the silhouette. I can make it darker here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I can now make kind of circular elements here. Not a perfect circle again, surprise. And this I can even say already done, or I can put the greenhouse and this sketch can be done. It doesn't have to be totally dark or filled up. And then I can jump into the next sketch. Maybe now I want to make an SUV. So the ground line, let's put 6 spokes quickly. And for an SUV, I want more flat roof line. For the proportions, I will go behind the rear wheel. And then like sharp front windshield. Then maybe like a Land Rover, one continuous line cutting through. And then the nose of it. But if there's a mistake, it's okay. Like I can make the wheel arches not circular this time. I can say this is dark. I'm pushing the ground even lower. Making the wheels bigger. Why not? I'm even overlapping with the other sketch because it's okay. I'm practicing to be loose. I'm practicing to make mistakes basically. Then I can make this one darker. And it already shows me it's sort of an SUV, right? Another tip to support all these things would be, don't consider you have to show it to your professor. If you are a student, a design student, don't think that you have to get a feedback on everything you do. Don't think that you have to put it on social media. You don't have to show it to your friends or family or anyone. You don't even have to keep this. You can basically take this page. Okay, this is clean, so I don't want to ruin it. But let's say this one. You can just take it. And nobody needs to know your mistakes. Nobody needs to know your bad ideas, your bad sketches. So this can be like a bonus tip that if you made a mess, it's okay. This also helps you to get more relaxed. The point is to get relaxed as soon as possible by changing the tools. You can still use a pen. I like using pen. Most of the time I use the pen. But let's say you can get a post-it. Let's put even a single post-it here. And then you can sketch here. So I made my borders very small. This way I cannot go into details again. and I can get loose again. I can do like ground line, the wheels. This time let's go with a very small car, like a micro car again. To emphasize this, I'm changing my silhouette to very high and a negative overhang. If you don't know what I mean by negative overhang is the like in front of the front wheel or on the back of the rear wheel is called the overhang. So this is positive, like let's say plus 30 centimeters or whatever, and probably more. But if you push it back, it becomes like minus, so negative. So here, my overhang is almost negative. It's because of I'm also exaggerating the design, like the camera angle, but let's not get into this. That's why I'm making this course, is because there are tons of things to talk, and the point of this video is it's 2 tips, right? I don't want to get into all the details because it becomes like a very chaotic video. So here I put my ground line. I'm not getting into details because if I'm already loose, I do the mistakes. I'm not trying to make one perfect silhouette, but I'm doing like that. And then maybe I don't even know now where is the front of this car. I will make this one the front so I can do it by adding some directional lines. Again, this is kind of design topic, what I'm saying. I will not get into it. Okay, basically because I did it like this, it looks like the car will go to this direction, very roughly speaking. And then maybe if I want to have more fun and I put some roof lights, maybe I will change the rims to some circular elements. It gets dirty, it gets messy, but it also what makes this sketch more delicious, let's say. It makes it more like an artistic version. I'm not saying every like crowded sketch is artistic or nice. It's also coming by time again. Like to me this looks nice because it's cute proportions, like a cute car showing the silhouette and some interesting features of the car. So it's already enough maybe for this sketch. So I imagine maybe I'm making it sound easier than how it is in reality. It is normal because again the experience will make it easier as well. Let's put the surface like that. And again, if it's not good, I don't need to show it to anyone. That's not the point. Well, I just put whatever in my mind about this topic to this video, so I hope it was helpful. It's kind of a little teaser of the updated version of my sketching course. So if you're interested in, you can take it today, and all the future updates are for free. And thank you very much for watching until here. See you in the next video.